weird thing happened. A really weird thing happened. So, apparently, for 15 minutes straight, I didn't know that my PlayStation decided to cut me off, or it was probably the internet. I do not know which one it was. But yeah, that was weird. Anyways, guys, sorry about that. I wasn't expecting that so early on. It's actually surprising, you know? Hopefully you guys are able to watch it right now. I'm not even sure right now. But anyways, where was I? I was talking about something. My brain is just like... Oh, wow. Okay, so... Gotta make sure I post what happened and... yeah. Internet decided to be a bitch. This, if not, then I'm just probably talking to space. Empty space. Yeah. I think that's one thing I miss about Restream is that I can control that. I can continue on like with the live stream. But the problem with that on the PS5 is that it doesn't do that. Which, it's unfortunately one of the bummer parts about this. Maybe it's because I haven't exactly done enough research to determine if it does that. But it's just like, yeah, it just acts like it's not working, you know? But oh my goodness, guys, I cannot say this enough, that when I'm able to see the content go up, like, let me be real, I was not expecting 1K views on the Lore Olympus finale video, and that was like, this is less than 24 hours online. And oh my goodness, you guys are amazing for being able to make that happen. I thought that I wouldn't get much views on it because I've just been down on myself with a lot of things. So again, I want to thank you guys again for doing that for me, for being able to do that and watching it. Because I do have more, unfortunately, more Lore Olympus videos to make. Probably a finish up to the What If I Wrote Lore Olympus, and probably just a plot hole video where I talk about all the plot holes in Lore Olympus, and I think I will be done. And honestly, I don't know if I'll ever get back to actually reviewing a lot of series deeply like this one. Because, let me be real, it's very difficult to figure out which subjects to talk about, how to address them, how to not seem like I'm being an asshole about it, because a lot of people seem to think, when I make these videos, when I do these videos, that, oh right, yeah, I'm mindlessly bullying so-and-so because this reason, that reason, blah blah blah. Pointing out the criticisms, and how some people just can't take criticism that well, like Rachel, for example. But okie dokie, aside from that, let us get on to finishing more of this stream, because let me be real, it's so annoying to have to redo that. Wait, you're telling me this thing had kerosene in? Ooh. But yeah, my objective is to make things easier for you guys to listen to me. And currently I gotta make sure I stay ahead with okay, so we gotta go make sure we take down some zombies, burn them up, so I don't have to deal with a lot of them, because I do not have enough bullets to continue that much. Oh hey Cosmo, welcome to another stream. My internet got cut off for like a couple of minutes, and I didn't realize I was talking to dead air for like 15 minutes straight. So, yeah, I'm probably not going to repeat what I said there, because I can barely remember what I said during that time. Ooh. But yeah, I gotta make sure I take care of some lovely, lovely zombies. And then I gotta contemplate whether or not I wanna do more with discussing Fawn with you guys, because I am not able to shut up about her. Like, I'm literally just like, oh yes, let us talk about Fawn Waterstone. Oh my god. Okay. What's up, guys? Guess who got back watching your streams? That's good to hear, /10. Welcome to this. Welcome to the stream. It's awesome to hear from you. I'm just probably gonna get my ass served by these zombies, and honestly, it's not gonna help matters that. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's not necessary to use that. Fuck you. Now is it necessary? I'm just making sure I can deal with this easier. Oh, hi there, sir. Would you like to talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? Okay, I gotta go fill this back up with this. So yeah. I also have been working on updating my YouTube brand a bit. Or I guess my appearance, to kind of make it more fun for people to check out my content. It's just a little agitating to some degree, because I still got a lot to work on. Like, I gotta work on the outlay, like, lay out a little bit, some new expressions for my icon a bit. It's a bit of pain. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. Wait, I thought I filled this thing back up. Ugh. Did I not? Or was it empty? I gotta double check. Great. Great googly moogly. But yeah, I've got a lot to talk about when it comes... Not a single drop of... Oh, okay, that makes sense. So I now gotta actually put away the... I'm a little bummed out because we don't have any left. That's a bummer. I mean, I guess back in the save room we do, but it's just also like, how much longer could it be till I run out of it for good? I don't know. So honestly, we only got like that one room with the family symbols on it, and in the garden, which, let me be real, it's gonna be a bit of a pain in the ass to go through all that. But at least we got a way to get back to the... Oh, for fuck's sake. Let me try and aim... Perfect! I got its head. That's actually my first headshot for this, like... Ah! Ah, fuck you, buddy. You know, I just... whatever. Okay, I really gotta make sure I move with caution. For fuck's sake! Go fuck yourself! Damn it! At least I saved! At least I saved. And it's not like I made any important progress after that, so I'm a little thankful there. Okay, let me take a sippy sip, and we shall continue. Alright, let's load this bitch up. I could probably, like, do another guessing game. Or not guessing game, but question game. And what I mean by that, it's more so on the lines of you guys asking me questions about Fawn or whatever other characters I have. That way we communicate, and you guys can share your characters with me, talk about them. I'd honestly just love to be able to talk about your guys' characters' stories and such. It's my favorite thing to be able to do with you guys. Ooh, I love to see more of those games you play with the with the finding games, with those stories like the Christmas ones. I am bringing that back. There is another Halloween game that I will be buying for a Halloween stream. I gotta really work on figuring out when to have these like games played out. Like, okay, it's gonna be a Thursday stream. I'm looking at the dates right now and I'm like, damn. But yeah. Usually I have to like try 1 to 3 days of a stream to get like the game completed. So I'd probably start doing it in the middle of the week for those games. So yeah. Oop. Ah! I'd give you info on my stories if you tell me yours. I'm still waiting for that fanfic of Fawn with Leon and Claire. Aw. Yeah, I'm still working on it. It's just me trying to figure out what I can do better on when it comes to some things. It's just a matter of figuring out what works for the characters. But currently, I'm trying to figure out what happens before she meets Leon and Claire, because I know she would have been working with the surviving officers on getting out of the police station the most. Officer Bronick and Officer, like, I'm trying to remember the other one. I think it was Brandon, or was it Andrew? I don't know. My brain is like, I don't know. But the surviving cops that got infected, the one that Leon tried to save, and the one that gave him the knife. Those two. Those are the two she works with before she meets Leon and Claire. And she deals with trying to help them find a way out, since she's able to sneak away quite easily. And they're kind of trying to convince her to live, because when she first arrives, she's just like kind of accepted the fact that we're all gonna die! Yay! And she's clearly not emotionally and mentally there to kind of do anything. Okay, so I'm gonna try and take care of those zombies in this area, because I do want to make sure I have everything secure in case I have to go back to this area, and I don't want to deal with a mob of them going back and forth. Did Leon ever meet Jill? I don't know. I'm still new to the series, so if anyone who knows more about the lore than I do, go ahead and answer that, because I have no clue. Oh man. But yeah, before she meets Leon and Claire, Fawn basically deals with trying to Okay. Oop, you guys are going nuts. I think he did meet her in the movies, but don't know if he met her in the games. Yeah, I want to say that's right, because I'm just like, usually in the movies, the live action ones, I have not touched them. I read through some of them, and I'm just like comparing them to the games. It's like, oh, this is confusifying. Not to say that, you know, they didn't try, but it's also like, Let me equip this one, because I do want to save shotgun bullets. Oh, fuck you. Okay, I wonder if I can burn two bodies at the same time. Ah, for fuck's sake, mate. I fucking hate this. Honestly, it would have been interesting more so to have the character have to drag the bodies together and, you know, burn them all at once that way, but okay, fine. I still got a few to deal with. But yeah, Fawn's relationship with Leon and Claire in the main timeline, because I've made the main timeline stay true to the main games. She doesn't get into a relationship with either of them, dude wouldn't be able to set it right. I think it's something I wanted to, like, express for a long time when it came to some of these, because I know some people are just like, why are they, like, in a relationship altogether for, like, the main timeline? And I can just be like, well, in the main timeline, Fawn wouldn't be with either of them. Because you know, Resident Evil characters are depressing as fuck in some ways. Some of them don't get into relationships. Some of them do, and their relationships die. It's like a off and on kind of battle of picking and choosing which one to stay with for a lot of these characters that I've looked into for the earlier games that I've read about. And it's just like, it's kind of sad in that sense where it's like, some characters can't be happy, but it's also like, this is Resident Evil. This is a game series centered around badasses killing zombies and whatever the fuck else. There's not going to be like a super happy ending. Hell no. But I did make a couple of different versions of circumstances for Fawn. So in case anyone ever got upset, and I'm not trying to like be mean to anyone when I say this, it's just like, people can follow the like timeline. People can follow the character personalities. It's just a matter of if they really wanted to do it that much. And I'm not saying those who didn't want to do it that much don't deserve to be a part of the fandom. It's a lot what I run into it's a lot of what I run into when it comes to fandoms, is that in a lot of ways people are so protective of characters that it's not even funny. You have people who will fight with you nail in tooth all the way till, you know, you agree with them, and that's so saddening, and it's so upsetting. Again, you can have your opinion, but if somebody's made a character for a fandom or a show or whatever, just leave them be. It's one thing if they do something really horrible, like super sickening when doing this. Yeah, it's a little questionable. Yeah. We should definitely see what the fuck is going on in their heads in case there's, like, you know, signs of possible insanity, like, you know, Chris Chan. Like, if they were doing something like that where it's just like, it makes you know, they start acting as if they're in that reality, then you should definitely be concerned. If they're not doing much of anything, like they're just doing it for the fun of it because they enjoy it, I don't think it's that much of a big deal. Okay, so what else have we been doing? I gotta see what damn it. I gotta see what else to investigate to kind of give us an idea of what to do, because there is so much to do. We've already solved that puzzle. We need to make a determination where the power is. But we also have to find the helmet key, which would be easy if... It's just a lot. So let me see. Where the heck is the helmet key? I'm gonna go online and check because it's kind of a pain in the butt to figure it out. Oh, okay. I guess I just need to figure it out a little bit more with what I have. Maybe I'm supposed to check if I missed anything. Oh, fuck. I hate getting to the defense items. Okay, so... I think there is that kitchen area that we haven't checked in a while. So I guess I'll go wait. Do I dare? Well, whatever, I don't care. But anywho's, I have been working a little bit more so on fun art pieces, and I'm currently in the development of finishing a funeral scene with Fawn. It's very difficult to try and paint, because I decided, hey, I'm gonna try and make some of these pieces with her in, like, a paint-like manner, kind of like as if it's part of the actual game, where you have some of these, like, scenes, or at least the game looks like it's painted, you know? You get what I mean? Extra shaded and stuff. It's just been really difficult because I'm very much a perfectionist. I cannot stop working until I make the face right, till I make the hair right, and with the additional background characters in that scene, it's like, yeah. Of course, I also have to focus a little bit on the background as well, so that's gonna be fun. So what exactly to do? Oh, damn it! Oh yeah, we were gonna go check the basement kitchen area. I hate this room. It drives me crazy. It drives me so crazy. But as I was thinking of what to do with Fawn's character, I was thinking more so on trying to figure out what else people would be interested to know about her. Like, she's already going through the apocalypse with all this, like, unnecessary baggage. Like, oh, I don't know if I really want to live. And then you get her opposite, who is a scientist from Umbrella, who basically does want to live, and they kind of reflect off of each other in some ways, where it's just kind of funny and pokes fun at the whole entirety of their... Okay, it's locked from the other side. So, where does this other side go? So, it's not really mentioned. Is there something that we haven't exactly done? That makes me curious, but I don't know what to really say or do about that. Oop. Aside from that, I was talking to one of my friends about her relationship with the scientist Ben, and Ben just wanting to live and get out of it in a cowardly way, where it just kind of reflects on both of them both of them in a manner where it's just like you don't know who exactly you want to see live. Like, of course, you have the cocky asshole Ben who decides, hey, yeah, I gotta escape from this shithole because Annette won't let me use the train. Because I would imagine maybe she and Ben, he could have just started it himself, but due to circumstances and creatures around, it's just like, do I want to take a risk and die by whatever I made, or do I go up to the surface, try and escape through like a car or something, but knowing that everything will be like hard to get through? It's just like, you gotta pick your poison. That's how Fawn meets Ben. And gosh, where the frick in this room? Like, I'm trying to understand. Like, okay, let me just... I'm trying to understand the layout here. So, of course I need some kind of music. Wait, are you shitting me? You're telling me I could have moved that thing this entire time? Will you take the musical score? Of course. Let's see. Let's examine it real quick. It's titled Moonlight Sonata. Oh. It's not necessary to use this right now. Okay, so maybe if I just grab the musical score I had in my storage and get that out, it'll be a little easier. But anyways, the reason why I made Ben was to kind of have a character that would connect to Fawn outside of Leon and Claire, because Leon already has Ada and Claire has Sherry, so to have her shoved into one of their stories, I feel like would take away from their connection with those characters. And so to have Fawn being with someone else who isn't Leon and Claire, just their, they're just their own character, kind of reflecting off of her. They want to live so much, even if it means everyone else dies. Even if he has to use Fawn to get what he wants, using her as a human shield to get to the train and escape. I think that's one of the fun parts I'm going to enjoy writing the most out of this, is Fawn realizing, maybe I want to live, or maybe I don't want to live, and Ben just kind of pulling her head out of her ass and just being like, you have to find something to live for. I'm a shitty ass person and I want to live, and I've done worse than what you could have done, but I'm still a fucking coward. Like, you get what I mean? And she's just like, she's used to being or feeling the worst person in the room due to the guilt her family has put her through. And I feel like that's something I can't wait to explore more in writing, is these crazy dynamics you never really think of when you first come up with an idea. Because my friend was telling me I needed something to kind of make it easier for Fawn to connect to somebody else outside of Leon and Claire without ruining the dynamic between all three characters. Okay, so examine. The complete musical score. Okay, perfect. I didn't have to fight tooth and nail. Goody. But I'm still kind of working on Ben's personality, because I think it's going to be one of those things where I do make a sequel to the story, where it's basically set between Resident Evil 2 and 4, but it's her own story, kind of like how Claire has her own story after Resident Evil 2, and how Leon has Resident Evil 4 and I forgot what the other game was called, but I know it was like a prequel to Resident Evil 4, so yeah. For Fawn to have her own story that takes place afterwards, where she's finally found some kind of happy zone, like, not happy per se, but being able to actually live, like feeling alive. Her finding that will to continue on without feeling the guilt of what her family put her through. It's something I'm very excited to go more into, but I feel like if I go too much into it, it kind of ruins the plot. Other than what I'm gonna say is that it would kind of be like I have a bad relationship with The Last of Us Part 2. And I was just like, what if Fawn was going through something similar? Like, she's finally able to be happy, and it's suddenly taken away again. And she decides, like, despite joining, like, later on joining TerraSave, that she actually goes on a rampage through, like, an evil town of, like, I'm trying to think if it should be, like, I'm trying to avoid too much similarities to, like, future games or later games, because there's already, like, Resident Evil 4 and 8 kind of doing the whole village thing, but I was just like, okay, so what if this was like a ghost town? But then, you know, a cult started something there, or it wasn't really something that started out as a cult, but, you know, because I've been doing research on cults. That sounds weird, I know. And I'm like, it's kind of similar to that, like to Resident Evil 4, but instead of just like having actual like zombies, you have people who will turn on you, even though it's like, ooh, what about The Last of Us 2? Okay, I really like the idea of Ellie going on this like vengeance rampage, but there's just some things that I was just like thinking throughout watching some of the gameplay. I was just like, this would be so much better if it was a different character that ended up getting hurt. Not just, oh, Joel's dead. Like, I know they're both connected in that way, and Joel had it coming, quotation marks around that. But it's just, there's just so much more I would love to be able to explore, because it's not just Fawn dealing with like losing a love of her life per se. It's more so trying to find people responsible for an incident that happens that is kind of an infection in a way. It's just You could do a Resident Evil and Outlast crossover for Fawn's next game. That would be a cool concept. I was thinking either a small town, or she's brought to a hospital and has to deal with being chased around and trying to save orphans from being used as experiments. That's what I was kind of thinking for this, because I'm just like, it would be interesting for her to build up that courage to actually start using weapons and trying to do it for the right reason, and not just like her already kind of being over her morals because of what happens in Resident Evil 2. Oh, you got more to say. Yay! I'm gonna be honest, I feel The Last of Us 2 was not needed. It shows in the writing. I get what they were going for, but but to me, the sequel seemed to ruin the theme of the first game. I actually had an idea on how to rewrite The Last of Us 2 with Abby and Ellie working together and bringing in Freda and having Joel die more heroically. If you want to hear more details, let me know. I would love to hear more details. It would be amazing to know more about that. I honestly thought, like, Dina was going to die in the, like, when it first came out, the game, before it came out. I thought it was going to be Dina. Like, it would have made sense. Because Ellie being in a apocalyptic world, falling in love with someone, and dealing with the loss of somebody who, you know, you were going to marry, that would have been an interesting route to go. Going with Joel just kind of ruined... I'm not saying it should have been a woman because women are more, like, sympathetic. I'm just saying, in a lot of ways, there's more to... Like, I feel like some of us were actually trailer. Like, he comes out of nowhere and you can already tell in some ways. Like, a lot of people thought that. And when it was shown, a lot of people lost their fucking shit. Myself included. I ordered a collector's edition of The Last of Us Part 2. Guess what I tried to do after what happened to Joel? I tried to give it, like, you know, I tried to sell it. Nobody wanted it. I still got a pretty cool damn statue out of it, but I'm not gonna get my money back. And the collector's, like, you know, art book was shit. I spent $200. $200. I think that was about, like, it was either 150 or 200. I gotta actually check what the price was, but I know it was like above, you know, us modern like that better not mean I fucked up with the connection. Do you? Okay. But yeah, I got the collector's edition. I tried to sell it, and nobody wanted it. That's how bad it was to have this game. And it wasn't even worth the art book. I love art books, but this thing was fucking small. Like, give me the full edition, bitch. Like, come on. I spent good money on this, and if you're gonna give me a little tiny baby art book, well... Sorry, I'm just so irritated remembering how much money I spent on it, and then not being able to get what I paid for. It's like, why even include it if it's gonna be a little baby art book? Because a lot of people, when they see art book, they think, big book for me to examine the art. This thing is, like, small. It didn't have enough, you know, detail to show it. Like, I'm sure there was detail, but when it comes to sizing art books, you have to do it in a big book. I'm not saying it should be as big as my flat screen TV. I'm saying it needs to be big enough so people can appreciate the art. Because if you do it half-assed, guess what? People aren't gonna want it. And I know there's some people who do love miniature art books, but it doesn't justify the price for the collector's edition, and I'm just like, it still pisses me off. So yeah, it's just really bothersome, you know? Anyways, gonna be a bunch of parts, so bear with me so we can still keep Abby wanting revenge on the one who killed her dad. Have her be in charge of the last of the Fireflies after Marlene's death. Yeah, that would have been interesting. Like, that would have been pretty darn interesting. What was I gonna grab now? I know I'm just losing track of everything. Oh right, I was gonna go to the bar again. Oh god, the sound of this, like, freaking clock is annoying the hell out of me. Freda would be the main antagonist, but their reasoning would be at least sympathetic. They could kidnap Abby's group to slay Fireflies and get Joel and a few of his people for soldiers. That could be something interesting. But yeah, as I was saying, when it came to Fawn's story, it would be something I would say of trying to find vengeance and actually dealing with survivor's guilt. Because I do want to attack a little, like, I do want to attack, getting captured and put into that cell by Chief Irons, and there's just one song she cannot listen to without freaking out, which I decided would be this. I'm thinking maybe a country song that was just somehow playing on the radio in the police station, and now she cannot listen to it without freaking the hell out. And where does she end up going? A place where country music is heard 24/7 in the South States. Now, this wouldn't be near, like, Louisiana, because, that's Resident Evil 7. And I figured it would be interesting for her, like, for it to kind of happen in a middle of nowhere town in Kansas or something, or Texas or something of that sorts, where it's basically a lot of desert and she has to deal with traveling on foot through some of her parts and encountering these people who are trying to take away a group of kids from a field trip, which is why she's on this mission to begin with. But yeah, let me read what you got going on, Cosmo. I want to be able to see what's going on. This would give Abby and Ellie a means to go up after Fedra. They meet and agree to team up to get their friends back. Instead of Ellie killing all of Abby's friends, they go out and save Abby's friends. Over time, Abby and Ellie learn who they are to each other. How Ellie is the girl Joel saved by killing her father, and Ellie learning Abby's father wanted to kill her to get the vaccine. Because the twist that Ellie learns Joel killed everyone to save Ellie from being a cure would still happen, but now Ellie would realize that cure was never a guarantee and could have died for nothing. And even though Abby hates Joel for what he did to her dad, she comes to realize that if the roles were reversed, her dad would have saved Abby. Ellie and Abby find comfort in each other. I think that's an interesting story concept. Let me be real. I think the most damning thing in rewriting The Last of Us Part 2 would have to be, how would it work? And this is already sounding a hell of a lot better than what we were given. I'm just saying, there's just a lot that I wish that there were better writers for the game. Like, don't involve Neil Druckmann to begin with. Because, why? I know he's one of the creators behind the series, and I will have some handful of some respect, but even then, in the original game, he was sort of more of a co-writer more so than an actual writer. I mean, remember when he suggested that it should be like Tess chasing Joel and Ellie down in the first game? You already know that's a bad idea. Granted, I do like the aspect that someone is chasing Joel and Ellie, but there's enough enemies in the game to kind of make up for the fact that they don't really need to have somebody chasing them down. If it were like a different game, sure, go for it. But for this, it's just like, eh. Okay, towards the end, Ellie and Abby destroy Fedra for what they did, and Ellie goes to the last base to save Joel. Ellie tries to get him out, but the final boss is there and tries to kill Ellie. Joel ends up blocking the shot and is dying. This scene would end up with Joel dying, protecting Ellie, but he comes to terms with it because he was able to save his daughter in the situation. It's a reminiscence of how he lost Sarah, but now he did the same action to save Ellie. Despite Ellie being the one to break down, Abby saves Ellie and comforts her as Joel dies in Ellie's arms. That is such a great way to end Joel's story. I think that would have been an interesting way to do it because it goes full circle. And I love full circle storytelling. You start where you're left off. That's basically kind of the sign of, the circle of life. Beginning where it ended. I mean, ending it where it began is a great way to do it. And I think it's something a lot of storytellers forget to do because they think they can change the way of storytelling because of their, great ideas and concepts. But really, it's not really doing them any good. Let me turn my AC off to kind of give it a break, because sometimes you gotta give things a break. But I think that's one of the best story plots I've heard for a Last of Us rewrite. It's something I wish we could see a lot more in story writers, because we could use some of that right now a lot. And the ending would be a 1 year later where Ellie is helping Abby and Tommy with setting up new communities to replace Fedra and trying to recover now that the infected aren't around and aren't an issue. And the final twist is Abby's friend who was pregnant gives birth, and it's revealed that the friend got bitten before she gave birth, and there is possibility that the baby is immune to the fungus. That is, again, that's a great way to end it, I think if they had just sat on the idea for a little while, there would have been a better idea for an ending. Where it was left off, I know a lot of people are, want to break barriers when it comes to this, and I know this is kind of like a somewhat happy ending, and there shouldn't always be happy endings for every story. I get that. But in a lot of ways, when you're trying to sell something, especially to people who buy your stuff, you have to be careful. There are so many different stories that don't have happy endings, that don't, get told a lot, and that's totally fine. Some people have recognized them. Whew. Ellie realizes that there are some people immune like her and questions what this means. Abby would say, hope. This means hope. Already, I'm getting goosebumps from that, /10. If they would have ended like that, they would make the story for full circle. I would probably end up writing it, but I would need to really dive into the Last of Us lore and stories and games first, but maybe someday. Yeah, it's take your time, just calm and gracefully do it. Because there's some people who just rush through it and they don't explain some of the scenes enough. And there's a lot to go off there. I definitely should. This is really nice. Oh, wow. But you can't be telling me Jill isn't some kind of music player. If she's able to... I can't even tell the difference between some keys on the piano and what they mean. So, yeah, safe to say I would not be able to make that happen. But, okay. Oop. But yeah, there is being me. I want to talk about that a little bit. So like I said, for Fawn's story, it would kind of, in the first game, would you take, no, I don't want to risk being dead. So I'm going to go back to the save room, grab that other album. I think that's what it needs. Wrong door. But yeah, like I said, there's so much to explore with these stories. But yeah, Resident Evil 2 for Fawn's story would end with... Well, okay. So Ben is basically the one who uses the gun the most. And, Fawn doesn't do anything. And so it's just kind of annoying to him, why do you insist on having morals right now? It's the end of the world, bitch. Come on. Just do something, anything, to protect yourself. And Fawn's just like, okay, I don't need to, explain anything to you. Because, she's already this, like, small, shy nurse figure to this guy. And he's just like, well, why isn't she freaked out? Why isn't she trying? Why isn't she, reacting to this like a normal person? What is going on in your head? That kind of thing. And over time, Fawn would realize near and near the end of the game of her story in Resident Evil 2 would be that she should be trying to live. She should be trying to protect anyone she can, despite feeling like shit. And occasionally, after, she recovers the keychain that her brother gave her, she would sometimes talk to herself a little bit just to be okay. And Ben is just really confused, like, what the fuck's going on in your head? Like, are you insane? That kind of thing. And it's just, that's something I do want to really go into more of. But her trying to process her grief with, accepting that her brother's dead, accepting that there is more to live for other than just, whatever else. Okay. So, yeah. There would be kind of a betrayal scene between Fawn and Ben. Ben basically revealing, like, hey, yeah, I wasn't intending to actually bring you with me on the train. I just wanted to use you as a human shield. They kind of go back and forth with each other about it, and Fawn just dealing with, feeling betrayed, but also sort of awakening in a way. Like, it's hard to describe how that would go, but I would imagine they are being chased by someone. I just haven't figured out who, and it's just kind of hard to determine that, But I would imagine being chased around in the Umbrella Lab by something would be, like, I don't know, maybe a other test subject that kind of keeps their sanity in a way, like their mentality, but I'm not too sure yet. And eventually, when the place is about to blow up, Ben and Fawn have to use the stairs because they have no access near the other areas, like the elevator. So they eventually get to the bottom floor where the train is, but it's like, the place is filled with all these zombies, all these experiments, and it's just like, what the fuck do we do? And over time, they're just like trying to get their way down there. The stairs, like the last part of the stairs, has been broken down by, I don't know what, some kind of explosive. I would imagine maybe whoever was like watching Umbrella would probably like blow up their like ending of the stairs so they wouldn't get good access to the train at all. And basically, Ben, at the very last minute, gets attacked and realizes there and then he's gonna die. He doesn't want to be a zombie. And just kind of helps Fawn get to, like, the train by, using the rope he had. I don't know where he would get it. Just trying to basically help her live. Okay, But yeah, Ben decides to sacrifice himself to save Fawn, despite, originally wanting to use her as a human shield to get to the train. And she's trying to convince him to come with her, that there could be an antidote on the train. And he's just like, there isn't an antidote on that train. there is nothing like that on the train. And she's like, refusing to let him just die there and then. And they just kind of argue, and he just like pushes her down while she's like tied up to the rope to safely get down to the ground. And everything's just breaking around them. Zombies are coming out of nowhere because, after that gameplay with the extra scenes, I'm just like, why wouldn't there be other zombies? Like, ooh, let me read this for you guys so you guys know what this says. Trevor's diary. 11 days have passed since arriving on this estate. How did I end up like this? A guy in a lab coat brought me a Mirage plate of food and said, "Sorry to put you through this, but it's for security reasons." That's when it hit me. It all makes sense now. There are only two people that know the secret of this mansion, Sir Spencer and myself. If they kill me, Sir Spencer will be the only person that knows the secret. But for what purpose? It doesn't matter now. It's too dangerous here. My family. I hope they are alright. I've decided to escape. Jessica, Lisa, I pray you are safe. Oh my goodness. Like, this is from years ago! Wow! How could I be so careless? I lost my favorite lighter, the one Jessica gave me for my birthday. Now it's going to be that much harder to escape this dark place. Oh my gosh. The date when my fate was sealed, my aunt was hospitalized. Just 3 days before that, Jessica and Lisa said Jessica and Lisa said that they were going to visit her. I wish I could be there for them. But wait, even as I'm writing, my memories coming back to me more vividly. Just before I passed out, I remember the men in lab coats said something like, "Most likely your family is already... I pray for their safety." Somehow I managed to get out of that room, but getting out of this mansion won't be easy. I have to get past all the booby traps, tiger eyes, gold album. I have to try and remember for my own sake. So yeah, we got this gold album. Oh my goodness, I can't believe how long I've been playing this game. I've been rambling a lot, I know. I gotta see if my messages went insane on my other account real quick. Because sometimes I do discuss things with friends. But yeah, Fun deals with watching Ben die in front of her, and she's just still looking up, but decides to get to the train because there's not much more time before, something else happens. She encounters Claire, manages to get on after, being lowered down, or the train being lowered down. Because I figured it would be a little easier for her to make it through the train situation because she can just go into the train cart. Okay, train car, yeah, that's the preferred term. Wait, do I just put the gold album over here? Does it need it? But right there. Let me see. Has it stopped it? When the two have run each other past us, looks like you can turn the gears inside the clock. Try it? Yes. Turn which gear? Oh god. Okay, now I gotta actually look up something like which gear to turn on this, because I do not trust myself, and I don't want to have it be like that liquid vial puzzle from Resident Evil 2 where you have to change it up, because I do not want to deal with that, sitting here for several more minutes being like, "Guys, don't worry, we'll make it," and it's just like, no, we won't. Okay, move the large gear left twice. Okay, left. Yes. Large. Left. No. I don't think it did shit. Oh. Grab the shield key behind it. Oh, okay. Hopefully that's the... Ooh, yep. Thank you. Examine. Okay, so let's get back to the safe room to save. But yeah. Fawn deals with Ben's death and feels like she could have done more to save him, but she didn't have a gun, she didn't want to use a gun, and it makes her question how strongly she believed her morals, whether it was right or wrong to just let him get bitten by by those zombies. Like, it's just like something I wanted to play around with more so. So it kind of leads more so as to, it kind of leaves more room for her to do more in the next adventure she goes through to kind of make up for the fact that she didn't try and save Ben. That she wants to try and save everyone who she believes is innocent or at least not a bad person. She believes that Ben was involved with the wrong kind of people. And that he only did it for money, and I mean, yeah, that is a bad thing. But she also believed that he could have brought good to, like, people if he just left and helped when he could. That's why she would be very, very hard trying in the next adventure, and then in Resident Evil 4, where she is supposed to go after Luis, so he doesn't, fuck up the world by giving Ada the Plaga sample. And, she sees a lot of Ben in Luis, and she's just like, okay, here's the deal. You don't have to go through any, problems if you just help TerraSave. To help people. You're giving someone this sample that is going to fuck people up. Do you want to die even more so? Do you want more people to die because you didn't want to look into it? It's just like, it's an off and on thing that happens in Resident Evil 4 that I cannot wait to talk more about when I actually finish the first and second stories. I know I keep rambling about them and I never really do much with them, but I do plan on having for the fanfiction, I'm actually probably going to post it on Wattpad when I get the chance, and I'm going to post it on there, and I'll also be putting art with it, which is why it's taking so long to make, because a lot of them are going to be painting pieces. That is going to be very difficult to deal with. Anyways, let's go deal with opening up more doors. But yeah, what do you guys think so far? I've been rambling about this for a while. Totally would love to hear your guys' thoughts. It's okay if you're not too interested in it. I just love being able to ramble about characters and story writing and just being able to point out anything. Okay, so... Oh, right, I have the shield one. So that's not going to open this one. So let me see the map. So we already tried that door. Let's see the other door. Maybe that one is able to do it. Aside from Wattpad, what other websites would you post your fanfiction? Probably fanfiction.net. Because those are the only two fanfiction sites that, or there is Archive of Our Own, right? Was that a fanfiction website? My memory is bad, okay? Oh, frick. Okay. So, we're gonna see if that works. Wait. Okay. Yes, Archive of Our Own is a fanfiction fan art website. Okay, I'll probably post it on Wattpad and Archive of Our Own because honestly, maybe keeping it to like two places would be better. I'm not too sure yet. Oh, okay. There's no further use of this key. Okay. It only opened up one door. Goody. If I fucking die in this next room, you guys know what will happen. Should probably combine more bullets. Oh. So like, oh fuck! That's like, oh fuck me! Oh shit! I should have. Is this a way out? Fuck me. Oh, I'm further away from the door. I'm fucked. Why didn't anyone tell me that? Fuck you. Okay, it's a choosable one. For now, I just need to go collect healing stuff and probably should get that like rocket launcher thing.
Poisoned serum.
Oh. Oh no. Oh my goodness.
Barry? Barry?
Okay, it's a good thing we got saved there because I don't know what would have happened if we just died suddenly. Okay, so say, can someone explain to me why I see two American flags when I go into my Android phone's keyboard and I go to buy the flags, but there are two American flags, or is that other countries' flags? I have no clue. Sorry, I can't help you. I wish I could, but I don't know what exactly would be that. Like, what would be the problem? Otherwise, I probably would have been like, this explanation, but I don't know what I'm doing, so. This is a really nice soundtrack. Like, let's be real. This is a nice soundtrack. But yeah, anyways, let me just... It kind of sucks when I don't get responses from my friends. And it's kind of sad, but I'm also like, you know what? Whatever. It's fine. I'm fine. But yeah, I'm currently working on making sure I get everything finished. I'm pretty excited for making more videos in the future about Resident Evil. I am not able to speak today, aren't I, guys? I can't speak. 90s game music hits different, right? Like anything from like the 90s, whether it was a game or if it was like an animated show, it always had the best soundtrack. Like okay, so I really love the Super Mario soundtrack from, Mario 64. It always was so relaxing to listen to. And okay, I should probably bring this. Let me just put this key away. Okay, so I only got one healing thing. Well, 3 healing things. I should probably grab the spray. And I'm going to grab the grenade launcher. And this for later on. But let's be real. I still got a lot to do. I still can't believe they managed to like drag me all the way to this like safe room. It's like surprising of how fast they are. Oh, for fuck's sake. Fuck you. But yeah, there is so much I can't wait to talk about with other characters. Because I know I talked about Ben. He's probably going to be designed eventually when I get time. It's just a matter of figuring out what would work well for his character. Because in a way, I do think it would be nice to see a bit of a change in some designs. Sorry. It's like almost 1 a.m. here. But yeah, I'm kind of working on doing more, like, happy kind of stories for Resident Evil 2. Like I spoke about, the alternate universes where... Okay. But yeah, the alternate universes where they're able to be happy and not so much dealing with the stresses and like, because just imagine, you can't really get, into a relate. The guy practically is just like, I'm sorry, I'm just realizing, you see someone who goes from being a nice, happy dog guy, like he's just like a humanized golden retriever to a very, I wouldn't say he's depressed, but maybe. So that's kind of why I made the alternate universe concepts to play around with. Some people might be like, why not just use one? But where's the fun in that, Where's the fun? Okay, I got this grenade launcher, I got this potion. I always call these things potions because of Pokemon. Got the serum, got a shotgun. I'm not gonna die. I probably should have saved, but you know what? Who cares? We're gonna kill that thing. And I'm sure somebody in the comments is like, I've already used these, and so far, you're telling me... Oh, okay, it only took like... Okay, but yeah, I've actually... Oh god. Now that I'm kind of going to admit this, I know people are going to be like, Dazzling Kate, you haven't even shown us plenty of, like, funds, artwork and junk. Why are you already creating what-if kids for these characters? And I'm gonna say, it just kind of happened, okay? uh, it just sort of happened. It's a happy blessing. I'm sorry, I'm just like... You don't know how funny it is to just, like, basically say that and be like, it's a happy accident. It's natural. Totally not... Yeah. Granted, I do like making original characters, like, kid characters for, like, characters that should, be married at that point. It's kind of what I did with, like, Leon and Claire. I kind of gave them, like, this... Like, honestly, it's kind of funny because I'm just, like, in an alternate universe where they're both, like, to kind of get... Kind of together, but it's just, like, it's an off-and-on relationship because, Leon's Leon, Claire's Claire. Their jobs don't merge well. It's very difficult. So, let's see what this is. So, It's a death mask without the nose. Oh, fuck. We only got like 2 masks to get. So that's fun. We just gotta find the other 2 masks. Right, Duncan? Duncan's like, whatever, bro. Love to stay on longer, but sadly need to head to bed. I gotta get back into the habit of going to bed early again. Good luck with the masks show. Speaking of writing, okay. Cosmo, I'll see you later. Remember, tomorrow's another stream. 9:30 to 10 p.m. Central Time. Always gotta remind you guys because I really appreciate you guys, You guys are so amazing to me. And I know some people are just like, Dazzling Kate, you're going nuts with complimenting us like that, but it's like, it's the truth. I really appreciate you guys. I don't really have a lot of friends, and you guys are like the closest ones to my friends. And if anything ever happened to me, I'm sure maybe some of you guys would miss me. Don't worry, I'm not going through any depression or anything. I mean, yeah, I got depression, but I would never do anything, drastic or anything like that. And if I did supposedly do that, that would be a total lie because it depends on how it would go. If I ended up doing stuff, I overthink it. What makes you think I'm going to go through with these things, huh? So if anyone ever told you that, Dazzling Kate died because of this reason, if it isn't being ran over by a dog bus, or if it isn't, like, meaning me being crushed to death by Thumbelina when I'm waking up in the morning for not beating her right away, then it's most likely a lie. Yeah. I sound really stupid right now, aren't I? Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, trying to stay reserved with where else would I get some of this stuff? Oh, wait. Speaking of writing, despite not being done with the first 6 parts of my story, I have already thought about who I wanted my characters to end up with and who are they going to have kids with. Yeah, like that's the fun of these things. I ended up creating a child for Claire and Leon because I was just like, honestly, I can kind of see them having a very rocky relationship, and they have a kid, and it's just like there's something like that kind of keeps them like from getting married, because technically they didn't have him traditionally, and they separate because due to the circumstances and stories within the game and other things. I would imagine that would definitely affect them, but I honestly kind of see them being the couple from the Mummy movie. Like, do you guys remember like the late 90s Mummy movie? Where they had like, it's all in Egypt, and like, this like killer mummy is going around getting his organs back through like these treasure hunters that bursted into his like fucking ooh, man, I'm just remembering all these details and I'm like, damn. I don't know how I managed to not get nightmares from that. As a kid, I watched this like when I was 5. Maybe even younger. Like, I'm having vivid memories of it. But I kind of see the relationship kind of being like the main couple. And it's just like, I would imagine Leon and Claire having a very rocky relationship until it's just like, it doesn't matter anymore. Like, I'm deeply in love with you, that kind of thing. Like, it's just like, I'm sorry for drinking, I'm sorry for this, like, I know I'm, like, not worthy of being your husband, that kind of thing. It's just like, no, you're just being an idiot. And, like, due to the circumstances within the groups they're in, it's just like, it would be hard for them to really be in a relationship. But this kid, you know what? That would be the main reason why they would be kind of a divorced, quotation marks around that, couple. But honestly, it's just, it's fun coming up with these, like, story ideas. Idiot, yeah. Steven comes in right on time, dude. Right on time. Nice to see you're here, Steven. How's it going? Okay, now what was I doing? I know I was grabbing something else. Was I gonna try and attempt to do another puzzle? Let me see what kind of other masks I can find for the game. Like, I'm hoping I can try and... I'm good, just popping in. That's good. That's good. So, okay. Resident Evil mask locations. So we can try and see if we can find them all. Okay, that's in the portrait room. That's in the attic. What about the one without the eyes? That is in the greenhouse. We gotta figure out where the fuck... The mask can be found embedded on a silver shield inside the greenhouse. Player must kill the monster plant using the chemical to pass through the fountain to get the shield. Okay, we gotta do that. I don't know if I'll be able to get to all that. The mask is upon the jewelry box that is located in the armor room after solving the Sleepy Night puzzle. Okay, so The greenhouse is a place we should be looking at, and the armor room, or I guess the night room. That is definitely a way to look into it. I guess it would probably be easier to solve the armor room puzzle. Let's be real. Okay. 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 Ooh. /10. One story idea was for my main character to end up with the bad girl who is part of the love triangle with him and his true love at first, and they have a child together, and ends up with the two. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Like, I always enjoy being able to hear these things, guys. You guys are very talented. I've read a couple of stories these past couple of months by like my fair share of my subscribers, and I'm just really proud of you guys for being able to make these like stories. It's not an easy task, I can tell you that. A lot of people think you can just snap your fingers and the story will be done, but it goes into these stories that I'm just like surprised how some people just don't realize, hey, is it like worth it? Like worth putting all that time and effort into it? And I gotta say, it's very worth it. Some people think that just because it's... Ooh. Yeah, Fred's going... I mean, yeah, Duncan's going nuts, so... So apparently... So push the knight with the spear, axe, and shield. Okay, axe, sword... Wait, axe, spear, and shield. Okay. I guess... It ends with the two of them getting a divorce, and he has custody of their kid. He ends up later getting with the love of his life, and they end up together, and they have 3 kids together, and she accepts his son as one. That's a lot of things like I wish a lot of stories would do more of, because I think a lot in the way where it comes to like step parents, it's just like they misrepresent these characters, and it really sucks. Like the only one I can really think of that's the best example of good writer, good writing is probably from Ant-Man, and that's because they don't really push it that, the stepdad is the worst parent or anything. He's just kind of there trying his best for these, for his new wife and his stepchild, and he's doing his best. There's a switch here, press it. Oh. Okay, I fucking didn't see that coming. Ooh. If I just go back in there, will it still be smoking? I hope not. Okay, so... I fucked up. There's something in this depression, but the crate is in the way, and you can't reach it. What to do for that? What to do? Wait. Push the knight statues back to its original place. According to it, push the knight in, shield in. The statue must be placed accordingly to the right pattern, otherwise it will automatically move back to its original place. Once all is done, the button in the middle can be pressed, will open, thus allowing the player to take the mysterious box. So I should have done it in the order that it was given to me. So it's like I got to do the one with the spear first, then the axe, then the sheet. Wait, spear, axe, okay. What the fuck do I keep doing wrong? Is like somebody fucking with me on that? Like, am I doing it wrong? Like, is this... So is that it? I don't understand this. It's like I did it right. Let me just look it up. Because honestly, it's just gonna get... So, okay. Armor room puzzle. Let me see what they do in a video. I'm trying my best to live. Okay, I'm trying my best. Okay, Resident Evil. Armor puzzle. Let's see. Okay, so we go in. Wait. Watch as I still end up dead. I didn't push them fully, apparently. Okay. So now that we did this... Ooh. As one of her own, despite being blood related, also the rest of the story would be about the main character's son and his half siblings, learning to get along as siblings and accept each other as family. That's a really nice story. Okay, so I got that. we're super close to getting, let me see, examine. On the play, it says sunshine will awaken me. Sunshine. Sunshine will awaken me. You know, because he was sunshine, I was midnight rain. He wanted it comfortable, I wanted that pain. Okay, I'm sorry, I just had to. Okay, so apparently... I'm trying to see, like, the specific order these things go. Okay. Front... The back... Okay, so... First things first, I gotta go heal myself and hope for the best. Because I know after this, after I put the mask in, I'm going to basically save. But yeah. I kind of thought it would be kind of funny for, like, Leon and Claire to, like, at first I wanted to do the whole twin thing where basically... Ooh, wow. You're fast at, like, writing, dude. I'm really enjoying it, actually. Also, the main character's first wife is his former arch-enemy's daughter. And when they first started to re-meet each other in high school, she kind of had feelings at first for him, but did not have feelings for her. Interesting. But I kind of made, like, the point that this kid would basically be something a little different to some degree than just, like, an actual, like, okay, I'm still kind of working out some details, but I was just kind of like, wouldn't it be cool if, like, due to, like, Leon being infected with the Plaga, that there would be some kind of side effect that would affect his, like, kids. And, like, yeah, of course, you know, no, there's no parasite in them per se. I was thinking of something else completely, but I still gotta work out those details. Okay, so... Okay, so we already got all these masks dealt with, I gotta... well, not all the masks, but you get what I mean. I just gotta figure out where the frick do we open, like, the greenhouse, like... But yeah, I'm still trying to come up with a concept for more of these things that I've been rambling about. But I think I'm gonna make sure I end it. Okay, let me see. So, is an Emma's possession, which is bothersome. Wait, that's not right. Greenhouse keychain. Wait, what the frick? You know what? I'm not ready for that right now. I'll probably just end the stream in a couple of minutes. But later he does to them, spending more time with each other. At first thought her to be as bad as her father, but realized she has good in her. Did not want to kill him or want her father to kill him either, so she and her father tries to get him to join their side, and he father's the view for his daughter to get them to join their side. That's a very complicated but very interesting concept. I like it. It's very fun being able to just hear you guys ramble, because it isn't just me rambling, it's you guys rambling, and it's making it very fun to listen to what you guys have to say. It's always a blast being able to read these things. And I want to tell you right now, that is a very good plot you got so far. Could use a little work, but I think you have a good idea and concept in mind. So anyways, guys, I really appreciate every single one of you who has hung out with me tonight. But we are going to have to end it here because there is so much going on and my brain is needing food. I'm thinking maybe a chimichanga after this. That sounds good. Or maybe something else. I'm not too sure yet. But anyways, I want to appreciate you guys one more time for being able to get my Lore Olympus finale video up to 1K views. That is amazing. I was surprised when you guys did that for me. That is so amazing. In less than 24 hours, that is mind-blowing to me. So I appreciate you guys doing that. And of course, liking the video. But yeah, before I leave, I want you guys to understand that in order to get some things from streams, or like hearing about future projects and such, if you are interested in that, I do have a Ko-fi, I do have a Discord. Well, Discord that can only be accessed if you either donated to me through Ko-fi or joined my membership, which I would really appreciate if you did. It makes a huge difference in my... Wait, did I already save? Let me check. I think I did save. Yeah, I did save. But anyways, guys, I hope you wait, just to double check. Yeah, I think I did save. Anyways, I do appreciate every single one of you who has joined me live on the stream, and for those who are watching after the stream, you guys are what keep me going every single day to bring you content, or to tell you about my stories, or to focus on the new game I'm making that is actually in my Discord, where I will show you some things here and there. And it's a very exciting project. I'm still learning a few things about the visual novel, like development. It's just taking a little bit of a toll on me, but that's the joy and fun of it. But I really, again, I appreciate you guys so much. You will never know how much you mean to me. Anyways, stay safe, stay cool, and most importantly, guys, stay hydrated. And until next time, this is Dazzling Kate, signing the hell out of here.